Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Artist Serena, and thank you for joining me here, Healing with a Majestic Sunset. And I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, this beautiful, beautiful weekend. Some of us are rained in, but that's okay. I'm going to clear the energy with some sound right quick. So you might want to turn down your volume. Okay, collective, let's get into it. So the first card you see, man holding a coin. This is rest and rejuvenation and financial constraints. So what I'm feeling right now is that you guys are in your masculine energy, ready to take action, on this, on your finances. Whatever this is that you're doing with your finances, you're ready for this shift to happen. You're ready for this shift. Okay. And with this full moon right behind it, you guys have the key to whatever it is that you need the shift to take place. This energy is in your auric field right now. Okay. This full moon is like it's enhancing this shift in your physical world. That's what I'm seeing right now. So just harness this energy. If you guys have been feeling a little stagnant in your finances, you might want to do a full moon ritual. I always do all of my full moon rituals when it comes down to my finances at the full moon of each month. And so you guys can utilize that as well. Calling your ancestors, they may tell you some things that you need to do. Just follow your intuition. But you guys are ready for this shift. So all I'm just gonna say about that is that be open to this magnificent energy. Just be open to all things that's ready to come into your life. Get ready for this shift. Your dreams are definitely coming true with this wishes, the stars card here. Your wishes are definitely and your desires are in alignment with you at this moment, this Queen of Pentacles energy right here. So embrace this energy that's around you right now, and call in the things, your desires. Call them in. You have the wand right now in your hand. You have the wand. You have control. You are in this bossed up energy, and you have control over whatever it is and all of your desires. You have the key. You are the key. I woke up in a very beautiful, beautiful energy. I am like a super empath, so I feel a lot of energy. I feel everybody's energy. Sometimes I wake up in a snotty mood, and I realize, that's really not my energy. So I woke up this morning and just happy. And all I heard was Big Sean's song, I Don't Give a Fuck. So a lot of you are just y'all don't care. All the things and people y'all had to leave behind, co-workers, messed up jobs you had to leave behind. You just in this energy of not really giving a fuck. That's all I hear. And it could be a partner, exes, whatever this is. And this, whatever it is that you're saying you don't give a fuck about, that's giving you that fuel to take action on the things that you do desire, because you already know what the fuck you don't want. So that's just giving you the fuel and the desire to go after the things that you do want. You're not going to take that energy and let those people turn you bitter. You're going to make you better. So when you get in that angry kind of I don't give a fuck energy, that rebel with a cause, you're not going to do anything stupid and reckless. What you're doing is taking action on your own hopes and dreams and wishes right now. Oh, I just saw the strength. Okay, the first card is the Hermit. And I just saw the strength as well. So a lot of you are, you're quiet about what you're doing. 3 of Wands here. And the first card underneath here, I didn't show you, but it was a Two of Wands. So that was kind of in this deck, the Two of Wands, she's sitting on a house and she's kind of looking up at the sun, the moon. It's almost like, she's wishing. She's wishing on a star. And whoever you are, you're ready for your wishes to come to fruition right now. And this Hermit right here, you guys have been, it's like you're being patient. You're waiting on the things that you want. A lot of you have been working on yourselves while you're in Hermit, doing some reflection on your past issues, past life things, earlier in this lifetime, those types of things. Things you had control over, things you did not have control over. A lot of you are enhancing your skills, but she has her line in the water, and it's like when you're fishing, you have to have patience, and then you have to for that fish to take the bait. So a lot of you are just in this waiting period, but still working on yourselves. You know what you're waiting on with this Three of Wands here, and it's like you're going after it now. It's like the world, everything you want is in the palm of your hands, and it's all up to you for these things to take flight in your life. That's kind of what I'm getting. Four of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So you guys are definitely ready. Like I was saying earlier, you're ready to take action. You're ready to come out of Hermit. A lot of you spend a lot of time in Hermit. You could have spent, from months to years in Hermit mode. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are ready to take action. You're ready to have a good time. You're ready to just take whatever good memories you have from your past. Just take that with you, and leave the rest behind. But a lot of you ready to have this beautiful home life, a place where you can just be free, be yourself. You can turn on the music, and, have a housewarming, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't want to feel isolated in your own home, meaning that whoever you're living with is such a hostile environment that you have to kind of retreat all in your room by yourself, because you might be coming from a place of living with people who you just don't vibe well with anymore. You're not on that same vibration as they're on. You have a new tune to dance to. That's kind of what I'm getting. The Four of Cups to the High Priestess. So you guys are very intuitive. You're coming from a home life that you just didn't want anymore. Whatever situation this was that you spent most of your time, this could have even been work. You're just not happy there anymore. You're bored with this. The Four of Cups could be a little ungrateful. So you might be coming from a place where you had nothing but ungrateful motherfuckers around you, and they were killing your vibe. That's what I'm looking at. This Four of Wands, you were in that, even though you kind of isolated. Exactly. They were killing your fucking vibe. They were draining you. And you don't want this shit anymore. You don't want it anymore. Okay. You want something new because you already know what this is. They were definitely stunting your growth. You wasn't elevating like you should have in your finances. They were blocking any good things that was coming towards you, any new good beginning that you saw in the past. A lot of these things were blocked because these were haters. These people were blessing blockers, and they were siphoning your energy. They were draining you. They wanted you to feel left out. They could have left you out of the the housewarming parties and the family functions and the gatherings that they were having at their little funky ass houses. They probably wanted to make you feel left out, but you was in hermit mode, minding your own goddamn business, looking the other way. She's not looking towards the past. She's not positioned to the past. She's going forward. She's looking, her body posture is to the future. So you're being patient with the things that you want to move forward, but you're not even paying attention to these things of the past anymore, these old energies. You've outgrown these people, right? Because you have self-love. You had to pick yourself up. And that's the new seed you planted. Anything you're planting from now on is with love, because you are love. You always came from a place of love. They were having a good time off of your energy while you was feeling all fucked up. That wasn't fair. So you're definitely ready for this shift to happen. This Three of Wands energy, you're definitely ready, and you're waiting for something better, because you know something better is in the horizon for you. King of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles. You guys, whatever you invest in, you put your whole heart in it, your heart, your soul, everything goes into the things you invest in. You are a nurturer. You nurture people and your projects, whatever it is that you put your hands on, it grows because you nurture it, but people, you might be a person that a lot of others have taken for granted, but they forgot that you know how to grow and plant your own damn seeds. They forgot that you can plant seeds elsewhere. That's that King of Cups, that Queen of Cups, that loving energy that people usually take advantage of those people. They forget that, you can just nurture your damn self, and you can plant seeds in other places. You don't have to plant seeds with them. And that's what these people have, they've forgotten, but you're definitely invested in nurturing yourself. You're not holding anyone's hand anymore. No one held your hand. You're not holding anybody's hand anymore. You're not holding back their hair while they vomit in the toilet. You're done with always being the overgiver, the over nurturer. You're going to nurture yourself. If you're going to over nurture anything, it's yourself. Right. And you had to have a lot of strength to be able to come out of this, to hold back your emotions for these people, because the King of Cups is at the top of this energy. You know what I mean? He's already perfected this. Whether you're a man or a woman, you've already perfected, because the King of Cups can ration out, the love at will, knows when to pull back. It's like you guys already knew who to pull back your love from, who to invest in. You already know who you need to nurture. And you got that epiphany that you need to nurture your damn self. That's the epiphany that you all have gotten. And you had to pull back, and you were strong enough to do it. It took a lot of your strength, but you did it. Exactly. You had to pull back. It took a lot of your strength, but you did it, and you're still left stable. And this is internally, whether you see stability in your finances or not. A lot of you that are looking at this, you are waiting for this shift to come in. You are waiting for this cornucopia, this harvest to come in. You're waiting for this right now. So you're protecting your energy, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting whatever it is that you have, your children, whatever finances that you do have, you're protecting that. You're protecting your energy. You're not giving out as much love as you used to. You're just not letting anyone drain you. Right. You're not letting anyone drain you, because these people hurt you. They betrayed you. They put you in competition. They put so much burdens on you. on your shoulders that you had to walk away. You can't carry this, and you're not willing to carry any more burdens from anybody. You're not willing to do that anymore. You're definitely ready for this shift. You're not willing to do that anymore. Hopefully you guys can see these cards, but it's the Strength, the Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords down here to the Ten of Wands. You know, you carried, I just heard Popeye. I can't stand no more. I stood all I can stand. I can't say it in his voice, but I can't stand no more. And that's you guys. You can't stand anymore. And so you walking away. And a lot of you walked away energetically. They felt this shift before you do that physical walk away. They felt the shift in your energy because if you was always cooking for everybody, you're not cooking as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? They can't come to you with their problems anymore. They probably can't even contact you. Right. Because all they were doing was taking. No one was really here to build anything solid with you, but they were here with their hands out. Just taking whatever energy they could. You know, these people broke you down. They broke your heart. You know, they want to break your spirit. They want to break your soul. But whatever it is that they broke inside of you, that was the part that needed to fall away anyway. You know, because you are that phoenix. You are that one that's going to get up and rise from those ashes. You know, so you just needed that ammunition, whatever it is, you know, that they gave you that drive. They put you in that masculine energy of taking action. And it just fueled you to rise to the occasion that you always was meant to rise to. Because these people also were blocking your finances, you know, because you were overgiving. You were overgiving your time. Time is money. Even if you did give money or you didn't give money, your time is valuable. It's worth something, you know, and you guys you're doing something new. You might want to go into business for yourself. You might be an understudy, an apprentice, just whatever you do, you're learning from someone else. Whatever avenue that you've gone down, you've learned from someone else, whether you was watching them, you watch how they did it, you know, but we all learn, especially, you know, you've been learning from your mistakes. Okay, let's see. Seven of Swords to the Six of Wands. Whatever situation this is, these people never wanted you to get to this Six of Wands victorious, overcoming energy. They didn't want you to be able to overcome all the lies, all the trickery, all of the deception. These people were snakes, but you couldn't even really see who they really were. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like they covered up shit with potpourri type of energy. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. You know, with this flowers on top of this woman, you know, and she's kind of shaped like a snake. So these people were wearing masks, you know, and it's like they never wanted you to get there. Some of these people actually would congratulate you, but you know they didn't mean it. You felt that because if you feel, you know, with this King of Cups energy, you have deep feelings, very intuitive, you know, very discerning. And you know, it's almost like whatever they were saying out their mouths, you didn't feel that energy coming from them. You didn't feel like they were proud of you. You didn't feel like they actually gave a damn about you. You didn't feel it. But, you know, a lot of these people, you know, if they were close to you, you kind of, maybe they were able to fool you for a little while. You know, they made you feel like they were nurturing you. You know what I mean? And they wanted you to be just like them, a little snake. They were nurturing you from probably since childhood. You know, this person was supposed to nurture you, but whatever ways that this person was willing to teach you was snakish ways. That's kind of what I'm getting. The lovers, these were people that were supposed to nurture you. Like I said, this individual was supposed to love you, nurture you. Whoever this was, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be lovers, because family members could come up as that too, as the lovers. Just people in situations that were supposed to, you know, take that choice of loving you, nurturing you. Because everybody has a choice. These people were supposed, and they made you feel like, they wanted you to feel like they did nurture you. They did love you, but they didn't. These were people wearing masks. Even if this was a parent, they were wearing a mask. Exactly. And then the truth came out with this Tower to the Ace of Wands, and the truth came out so you could make another decision, to go a whole nother way, to have that new beginning that you deserved. That's why this damn Tower fell. You know, it fell when you actually saw, look, this is a whole snake. I don't care who they supposed to be to me. Mama, daddy, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, sibling, whomever. It could have even been someone that you love, that you worked with, worked for. And you thought they had your back. These were whole snakes. And then, you know, that mask slipped. You saw the truth. And when that mask slipped, when you saw through the mask, that's when that tower fell. Because that's when the truth is uncovered. 5 of Swords, exactly. And they worried about this because they were hoping that you stayed in this energy of being confused, being like mentally manipulated. They wanted you to stay. They wanted you to stay like that, but you broke away because you went and healed. The star comes out right after the Tower. You decided to heal. You decided not to go around this mulberry bush anymore. And you decided to go inside and heal. You know, now you probably are if you're not in that I don't give a fuck energy, you're getting there. You're definitely getting there. Because after I had my, a couple awakenings, that's when I started saying, you know what? I just don't give a fuck. And I really felt that. I didn't even curse that much before my awakening. And then one day I woke up and said, you know what? I just don't give a fuck. And that did put the fire, the necessary fire underneath my ass to take action to get away from these people in these environments. They gave me the drive to get away from them because these are people that are heavily manipulative. These people will mind fuck you. These are people that want to win at all costs. Don't matter who they hurt. Don't matter what falls down around them. They don't give a shit. And neither do you, because you're looking somewhere else. You're healing. You're getting away from these backbiting, low vibrational, low natured, low self-worth people. Right, because you're learning something else new. And whatever it is that you're learning new is going to elevate you because you're supposed to be further. You're not supposed to be at this Page of Pentacles energy in your finances. You're supposed to be way further than that. But it's never too late. And some of these people I just heard, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Some of these people are just in their ways and they're never going to change. They are heavily manipulated, mind screwed by religion, by family traditions. They're heavily influenced by everybody and everything but the Most High and doing what's right by people who they should have been loving for real with no mask on. You know, these are very low vibrational ass people, and you up here. And you are supposed to be farther than where you are right now. You're not supposed to be at the beginning stages in your finances. These people were blocking your blessings. They were blocking you from moving forward. They were blocking you overcoming. And they was hoping that you wouldn't get in this energy. Because if you in this energy, that means you saw through their mask. Let's see how y'all feeling about this situation right here. The Magician. Y'all don't give a fuck. You are Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay? You are manifesting your way out of these people's lives. And guess what? They were manifesting their way out of your life too. They just didn't know it. They didn't know it because you were in this energy for so long. And you took their shit for so long. And they forgot. You forgot. You didn't even know you were the magician. All you had to do is do some healing and wave your damn wand. To be somewhere else, to do something different, to make that shift happen in your life. So you guys are the magicians. The world is yours. I just heard Nas. The world is yours. Whose world is it? This world is yours. Okay? They cannot infiltrate your world any longer. That shit is over. That's right. You too powerful. You too high. You have too much integrity for these people. Y'all ain't the same. This bossed up energy, y'all ain't the same. The Emperor to the Hierophant, y'all not the same. And the Magician, all majors, baby. You went through some shit, some things that would take you throughout the rest of your life. You're never going back. Once you hit this energy, you are balanced. You are balanced emperor. You a fair emperor. People like you should own your own businesses. You should be the boss. You will show these motherfuckers how to do it and do it the right way. You don't have to step on anybody. You don't have to be mean and nasty to everybody. You don't have to belittle other people to make yourself feel big. You already know that. You've never done that. Those were these people that you're being encouraged, have been encouraged by higher power to leave the fuck in the past. Right. Because you don't need nobody else messing up your foundation. You building your stuff from the start, brick by brick, the right way. And you're not going to let anybody, this death and rebirth, you're not going to let anybody mess up the transformation that you've done on yourself so far. You are building a new life on good soil. Good soil. And you're not going to let anybody come and infiltrate this anymore. I just hear the song Iggy Azalea, I'm So Fancy. I think she's the one that sings that song. I'm not really familiar with her music, but I just hear I'm so fancy, you already know. And I just heard her say, remember my name. So these people are going to forever remember your name. They're going to forever remember your name, and they're going to forever remember the shit they've done to you as well, that made you move away from them. But you guys are building up something new, in a positive way, in a positive mindset, with a pure heart. Emperor, absolutely. So you building this structure bit by bit in loving energy. Queen of Cups here to the Emperor. Okay, y'all building this brick by brick, like I said, on good ground, good soil. You know how to nurture the seeds you're sowing. And the seeds you have been sowing, they're just coming back to you. That's why this shift is getting ready to happen in your life. You're going to have a whole different mindset. If you're not in that I don't give a fuck mindset, you will be. Mark my words. I don't care. You could have been at the lowest of the lowest of the lowest in your life. You still, one day you just gonna wake up and say, you know what? I don't care. I just don't give a fuck. Collective. Yeah, one day, let's see. This says the end, immutable, chameleon. You guys are the chameleon because you open-minded. You know, that's that death energy. You wrapping it up. It says Jupiter, wheel of fortune, expansion, turning point, growth, destiny. This is your destiny. You on your destined path. Scorpio, death, breakup. It was all in the cards for this shit to end. For you to break up with these people. If this was love interest, you're breaking up with them. If it was a job that you were destined to leave, you're breaking up with them. You are already in this energy, whether you have done this or not. You are in this energy, or you're feeling this. You're revving up to this because it's fated for you to have this new beginning. It was fated for you to have these endings in your life with these people. It fated for y'all to break up, and for you to just say one day, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? This shit was fated. You know, collective. So let's keep moving on. Hope y'all can see the cards all right. Six of Pentacles. See, so people were always looking for y'all to hand them. Now it's time for people to pour in your cup. See, the Most High is getting ready to show up and show out in your life. They're going to be pouring in your cup. People are going to be like, how this person doing this? How they getting all the shit they're getting? You're going to have the universe pouring in your cup. And that's going to be at a table set in the midst of your enemies. Knight of Pentacles. And this has been a long time coming. You deserve this. Okay, you deserve to have your cup filled because you've been filling everybody else's cup, their pockets, their everything. And nobody's going to see this shit coming. But it's coming from higher power. Why? Because you are divine. This moon is divine energy. And so it was divine timing for this to happen to you. It was time. It was all in divine timing. You were patient for this. You were patient. Page of Wands. Now you're free. Look, Six of Wands. Now you're free. You're free to do what you want to do. You've healed so much of your childhood issues. You know, you've healed from those things. You've healed enough to move forward. Not saying that you're never going to cry again about it. Not saying that you're never going to feel those emotions. You're someone that loves deep and love hard. You're going to feel it sometimes, but it's not going to be enough to stop you and to slow you down anymore. You're going to cry those tears, and you're going to let those tears water your damn seeds, because that water is nothing like that pure water, you know, like that metabolic type water, that water that comes from the inside of us. It heals, it nurtures, it grows. You are victorious. You are overcomer. They know this. You didn't let them kill this stride. Can nobody hold you down? Who is that? Simply Red? You got to keep on moving. Can nobody break your stride? Can nobody hold you down? You mastering this now. You got to keep on moving. You are mastering that. And you know what? Just like they obsessed with this devil here to the Knight of Wands, yeah, they obsessed. Somebody might be obsessed with your sacral energy, with your sex, but just like they're obsessed at trying to stop you, you're going to be just that obsessed and keep going to run their asses over. That's what you're going to be obsessed about. You're going to be obsessed to get to the fuck where you need to be. That's your obsession. You're not going to be obsessed with these mofos like they're obsessed with you. You're not going to be obsessed with them. You're going to tell them where to go and how to get there. That's what you're going to do. Exactly. No more of that. All this demonic ass energy, entities attached to you. They trying to attach lower vibrational people and things to you, trying to keep you stuck and scared and brittle and keep you in fear. That is over. I was wondering why this fear card was at the top. Yeah, these people were just here to try to keep you in fear. That shit is over. That is over. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love because you are love, collective. There is no reason why somebody with a beautiful energy, beautiful spirit, high vibrational, there's no reason for people like you to live in fear. That's not fair. But you know why they did it to you? Because they needed your beautiful energy. They can get far off of your energy as long as they can keep you down, keep you stressed out, tied down, overworked, overthinking, scared to make a move. As long as they can keep you like that, they had you. They had your energy. You know? These people unapologetically mind fucked and manipulated you almost to death. And that reign of theirs, that is over. 10 of Swords to the 8 of Swords, it's over. No more mental manipulation. No more overthinking. You already see them. Their mask already slipped off. You already see them as demonic. They cannot hold you down anymore because you're going to keep on moving regardless of what. Knight of Pentacles, no matter how long it take you. They're not going to break your stride. They cannot break you anymore. You use that energy to let it make you better. And that's what I hear LL Cool J, I'm going to love you better. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're done. The devil, exactly. They're not going to love you better. They're a fucking lie. They're not. And it's the 4 of Cups. And you saying, I don't want this shit no more. You don't care how beautiful they dress it up. You don't give a shit. You don't want this shit. I see this bird, this ancestor under your umbrella of protection, baby. You don't want this shit. You protected from these motherfuckers. You are protected from them. Okay? So it's nothing they can do. Once you see the truth, they can't do nothing with you. Once you see the truth, it's nothing that they can do. They can't dress it up. A lie is still a lie, no matter how much you dress it up. Demonic energy is still demonic energy. You feel their energy, no matter how many suits they put on, no matter what they do, you still feel that demonic ass energy. They cannot confuse you no more. You're not under this fucking illusion. You see right through them. You see clearly now. I can see clearly now. The motherfucking rain is gone. Gee, somebody woke up this morning in high energy, and I feel that. I feel it. I feel it. And I'm hearing the Miami Heat song. I can feel the heat all in my soul. Y'all feel this shit. You know. So yeah, I'm hearing the Miami Heat song, and I am in Miami, and it's hot as fuck here right now. So I'm definitely feeling the heat up down in my soul. Okay. 4 Swords to the 10 of Pentacles. You are healing childhood traumas, anything, generational curses. You're healing from that. All those bondages from family traditions, you're healing that. All they fucked up ways, you're healing from that. No more of that. You can have your own 10 of Pentacles. You're building your own family, your own soul tribe. They may not be blood relatives, but they can. They just like you. I just heard they not like us. Right. They're going to be just like you because you weren't like these motherfuckers and they definitely wasn't like you. Okay. Somebody woke up in high energy this morning and I'm feeling it and I'm here for it. Nine of Pentacles, absolutely. King of Cups. You guys are emotionally independent. You're free thinkers. You free to feel how you want to feel. They cannot sway your feelings no more. They cannot emotionally manipulate you anymore. That shit is over. You too grown for this. You too grown. You're independent. You don't need these motherfuckers. And if you need anybody financially, that shit gonna be done over soon enough. But you guys are independent, and you know what? Independence already starts before you can actually be independent. You have to be in that energy, just like you have to be a wife or a husband already before you get one. You have to already be in that energy. So even if you're not fully independent, where you can fully support yourself financially, you are so independent in your soul right now, in your energy, that is coming, and that's justice. It's justice for you to be able to be independent all on your own, because you are that. So it's justice for you to actually be what you are. That's justice, collective. Beautiful energy coming from y'all. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. No more juggling. That shit gonna be over. Once you master whatever it is you're mastering, your craft, whatever this is, whatever your gift is. Once you master this shit, no more juggling. No more juggling finances, robbing Peter, pay Paul, moving money over here, moving money over there. You're gonna be moving money, all right. You're gonna have more than one bank account, because the FDIC ain't gonna be able to hold all your money and protect it. Because I think it's what, 250,000. So you might have several bank accounts that you put money into, different ones, because that's how big your bank account gonna be. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, whatever it is you mastering that you're doing, you big boss energy, okay? That's what I'm seeing for y'all, collective. This shift is happening for you. Let's see. Last card. The Fool. Put that right on top of the Devil, because you had the strength to overcome their asses. The Fool and the strength here. Yeah, you have the strength. You have the strength, collective, to defeat whatever it is you needed to defeat with this demonic energy. Yeah, now you can have that new beginning you want. You can have that new beginning. It could be in love. Two of Cups down here. But this is you just being your shadow and your light. Y'all just one, merging. Okay? You in that divine energy, high vibrational energy. You already the partner that you want before you even get the partnership. Six of Cups to the King of Swords. These motherfuckers, you are cutting them off because they were nasty. That's what. You're cutting them off because they were nasty. You've known them for a long time. These could have been soulmates. Soulmates can be anybody. Friends, family, co-workers, love interests. You have harsh memories of these people. They were cold. They were callous. They were harsh in their tone to you. And now you are so at the top of your, not just your emotional game, but your emotional intelligence, that they cannot overpower you. They cannot overpower your mind anymore. They cannot piss on your head and tell you that it's fucking raining. You're moving away from the past. You don't want no shit from the past, them old ass energies. You don't even want no new person in the past energies. You don't want nothing from the past, even if it's new. Ace of Swords here. And they know this shit. They know you don't want their asses. They know you're being balanced, and you're just rolling on out. You rolling right over their asses. They're not going to stop you. You're going to roll right over their asses. Because why? You got to fucking keep moving. That's why. They ain't going to break your stride. I keep hearing that song over and over, replaying in my mind now. Right. 10 of, 10 of wands in the reverse. Yeah. You had to drop them burdens so you can move forward. You had to drop them burdens so you can move forward. Hangman here. You could not move your chariot because you had too much burdens. You have to be balanced. You can't be imbalanced and driving this chariot. Absolutely not, because you're gonna just be going, just being drugged from left to right. That's it. But you're not gonna get anywhere. With your light going the one way and your shadow going the other way. These people pulling you all around. You're trying to follow your light, but they're steering your shadow somewhere else. Now, both of them are balanced now. Your light and your dark. You're not too light. You're not too dark. You're just in the middle. You're balanced. And you need that. You need your dark energy to protect yourself. You need your light to keep your dark in check. And that's how they were holding you up, because you were trying to be too good, trying to be too nice to them. Fuck them. That's why I woke up this morning and I just heard, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because these people are bird brains. They're bird brains. And that's the end of that. Death and rebirth card here. You went through a massive transformation. Look, they're going to wish they listened to the little birdie that was in their ear telling them not to fuck you over. They're going to wish. They're going to be wishing. They're going to be looking up at the stars at night, wishing they didn't fuck you over, because fucking you over got them in this 5 of Cups energy. You dropped their burdens. And now they got to, and see, they sad because they got to carry their own shit. How you sad because you got to carry your own shit? You over here healing, evolving, elevating. You're looking up. You're not looking down with the chickens clucking. You're looking high up where the eagles are, where the eagles soar. That's where y'all looking at. Y'all looking up. No more looking down. This is beautiful, collective. This is absolutely beautiful, because you know why? You had the strength to overcome this. And the Wheel of Fortune here. How many times we going to see the Wheel of Fortune? It was a Wheel of Fortune. Was it another Wheel of Fortune? I was talking, oh, yeah, that little card, the Wheel of Fortune right here that I was talking about. Absolutely. Since you had the strength to overcome all of their fuckery, the wheel is turning in your favor. They were hoping that you didn't have the strength, because then you would still be the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. If you didn't drop your ego and just move on, because that's an ego thing too. When you think that you have to stay back and help these motherfuckers that's stepping all over you, that you have to go along to get along. That's a ego death as well. It's just that you didn't have, it didn't come from a bitter place. It came from a place of wanting to nurture, wanting to help. They bit you. Them snakes bit you one too many times, collective. And they put you in this energy. They created this monster. They created a beast. Okay? They created that beast. And so, hey, they gonna live with it. That's it. That's it. And that's the fuck all. Blue breath. Calm. Let your breath paint light. Each inhale returns peace. You are safe in rhythm. Deep. I can't even speak. Breathe deeply. Breathe from your stomach. Let your stomach rise and fall. Whenever you're just having shallow breath from your lungs, you're in that fight or flight. You're always in that fight or flight energy. So breathe deeply, and just take the action that you need to take. Once you take that deep breath, go ahead and jump into your new beginning. Go ahead, because this is where the harvest lies. This is where the harvest is. This cornucopia. Okay, with the angel of strength. That's just like this, that's a strength card here. Okay, you are this beast, but it's tamed. You have tamed your beast. You know, any ego deaths that you had to go through, you went through that. You're going through the healing, and they are unhappy about it because they looking at you with their guilty asses. Okay, let them keep looking, and they're embarrassing themselves. They're embarrassed just because you healing. Just you healing and being happy makes them unhappy because they were using your energy against you. That's why. That's why. You know. But this is something that a lot of people didn't know. With this download card here, this is something I just hear R. Kelly download. We just keeping this on the download. You ain't telling nobody anything. You know? You keeping this private. You keeping this to yourself. You keeping this on the download. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're working on, that's going to build your finances, you're not telling these motherfuckers. Because you already learned that lesson. If you haven't learned that lesson yet, you're learning it now. Aren't you? Absolutely. Because they fucked you over every time. And these people wanted to keep you down. They wanted you to be in fear. You know, they didn't want you to be able to recover your finances and rejuvenate. You know, they didn't want you to be in that peaceful ass energy. They didn't want you to be on the vibration of your abundance, the frequency of money, the frequency of love. They didn't want you to do that. They wanted you to stay in this material world where you were just chasing money, chasing the bag, always chasing. Everything that you chase runs from you. We ain't chasing nothing, not even your fucking peace. You're resting in it. You're not chasing anything because whatever you chase runs from you. That shit is over. You know, they just wanted they probably were speaking death over your finances with this 13 being here. They were speaking death over your finances. But they didn't know that this was going to stabilize too, because 13 breaks down to a 4. That's a stable energy. That's like that 4 of Pentacles energy right here. You still going to be stable. And you will have more than enough because the harvest and the will is in your favor. It's in your favor, collective. It's in your favor. Can't nobody hold you down. Fear can't stop you. You jumping anyway. You putting fear behind you. You putting fear behind you. Service. I feel good when I can help others. So you will be of service to other people. You will tell your story. You will do whatever it is that you have to do. We're in the pre-shadow still of Mercury retrograde. You may have some delays. You know, they have been some interruptions in your life, in your finances, in the way people communicate, the way you communicate. There have been some fucking delays. You may, and a lot of you, if you have a Mercury, your Mercury could be underwater. That's, delays already. And which makes you very, very intuitive, right? Like this says, tap into your intuition. You already know who this person is. So whoever this is, you already know who these people are. You're very intuitive. That's what I get from this. It's like that Mercury energy that's submerged in water, it makes you very intuitive because you get messages late. You don't get, it's not very clear. Some of you may want to get some cedar, fresh, woodsy smell, cleanse, a new home of its old energies and unwanted spirits while inviting fresh, energetic vibes and protecting the new occupants. Okay, so if any of you need to, put cedar in your home to kind of cleanse out those negative energies, do so. But anyway, that was the end of the reading, collective. I'm just going to get a Queen of the Moon oracle. It says self-love. Self-love is the best love, right? At the bottom. So let's see. Let me leave you with this last message from the moon, the Queen of the Moon oracle. It's fitting. That very divine energy. That moon is divine feminine energy and that sun is divine masculine energy. So you all are taking action in your divine masculine energy, male or female, to get the work, to get the job done. Nobody's going to do it for you, right? So you're going to do it for yourself. You just not going to let them. You was always willing to do it on your own. You know, you was never looking for anybody to do anything for you. But these motherfuckers, they were just coming to block you, to step on you, so you can't get to where you needed to be. So you couldn't rise because they knew they was never going to do the work. They saw your sweet nature. They know you was going to go far. And it was over their dead body. So some of them, hey, they may have to be out of here, but it don't matter. You going to get it. Come hell or high water. I guess that's a Southern saying. My Southern coming out a little bit. Let's see. The path. You guys are on your path. In this path you're taking, you guys are very wise. You're very wise, and you knew what path to take. That's that. To me, that's like that high priestess energy. You knew what path to take. You knew where you didn't want to be. So you know you had to go the other direction. That's it. You know, but you're on your path. You knew you were wise enough to take this path. August 22nd may mean something to someone. August 4th. And also, I know it's Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leos. Happy solar return. Okay, it is Leo season. I think it was on the 22nd, July 22nd, I believe, Leo season started. But yes. So August 7th, August 10th, August 13th, I already said August 4th. So those dates might be significant to someone. But anyway, collective, this was a very beautiful reading, and I am happy to be of any service to you all. It was my pleasure. And you guys keep pressing on, you keep persevering out of this grief. Whatever grief, you leave them in this fucking grief. Cause this ain't you. This energy I'm feeling, I feel good. And no, that's them. And that grief, that 5 of Cups energy that I showed you earlier, they're in grief. They're in grief because of your perseverance. So you keep on pressing on, collective, okay? Keep on pressing on to your freedom and your peace. You leave them in their own guilt and grief. These cards are speaking. Okay? I love y'all. If you like this reading, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. This is a small channel here. Very, very small. I'm brand new. Only been here for a few weeks now. And, you know, I'm here to build a community. If you want to, I have my comments open now. So if you want to leave me a comment, we can connect, whatever. But I'm here for it because I'm here to build my little tribe. Okay? So I'll see y'all in the next reading. Enjoy. Okay? Bye-bye.